Ladies and gentlemen, the Constitution belongs to all of us. Its authority binds all of us. Its rights protects all of us. Its responsibilities call on all of us to account. Accountability cannot end with defending institutional territory, observing procedures, or publishing reports. Ultimately, we must account for outcomes, whether we have protected the sovereignty of the people, upheld human dignity, preserved constitutional order, used public resources responsibly, and brought the rights guaranteed by our Constitution within the reach of more citizens. 16 years ago, we gave ourselves a transformative Constitution. Our responsibility today is to fulfill its promise and build a democratic, prosperous, and transformed republic. That is the meaning of Katiba at 16. What we now say, Kenya yetu, wajibu wetu. I know there will be a robust conversation after this. I just thought of provoking us to have a conversation in this context as we celebrate our Constitution. And it is a moment for us to reflect collectively as a nation, not pointing fingers, not avoiding responsibility, not trying to excuse what is not right, but to honestly talk not at, but with each other. The duty to maintain order carries an obligation to respect life, dignity, and the law. The authority to govern carries a responsibility to listen. The authority and the freedom to disagree carries a responsibility to preserve the democratic institutions through which disagreement can be expressed and resolved. Government belongs to the people. Parliament belongs to the people. The courts belong to the people. The institutions of the republic belongs to the people. They may be criticized, challenged, and required to account, but they must not be destroyed because they are the instruments through which the people govern themselves. Our national task, therefore, is not to choose between liberty and order. It is to build an order founded on liberty and to exercise liberty in a manner that preserves the constitutional order. Let me repeat that. Our national task, therefore, is not to choose between liberty and order. It is to build an order founded on liberty and to exercise liberty in a manner that preserves the constitutional order. Accountability also requires us to confront difficult moments in our recent national life. During the protests of 2024 and those that followed, young Kenyans and other citizens exercised their constitutional freedoms to speak, assemble, demonstrate, picket, and petition public authorities. Their message was clear. They wanted to be heard. They demanded greater accountability, better government, and a meaningful place in shaping the future of their nation. Those demands were not an assault on democracy. Peaceful protest, criticism, and dissent are essential to democracy. Yet, those protests also presented our republic with a profound constitutional question. How do we protect the citizens' right to protest while at the same time fulfilling the state's obligation to preserve constitutional order? The Constitution itself provides the starting point. Article 37 protects the right of every person peaceably and unarmed to assemble, demonstrate, picket, and present petitions to public authorities. That protection must be real. No Kenyan should lose their life, liberty, or dignity merely for criticizing government, expressing an unpopular opinion, or participating in peaceful demonstration. I recognize the pain that remains from the events of that period. Some families lost loved ones. Serious allegations were made concerning unlawful arrests, enforced disappearances, and the excessive use of lethal force. We cannot honor the Constitution by looking away from such allegations. Every credible allegation of a human rights violation must be investigated independently, thoroughly, and transparently. Where wrongdoing is established, those responsible must be held accountable in accordance with the law. At the same time, defending the rights of peaceful protesters does not require us to excuse crime committed under the cover of protest. The Constitution protects peaceful and unarmed assembly. It does not protect arson, looting, lawlessness, violence, intimidation, attacks on citizens, or the destruction of public and private property. We must therefore distinguish carefully between a citizen exercising a constitutional right and an individual committing criminal offenses. We must neither criminalize protest because of the actions of a few, nor legitimize criminal conduct merely because it occurs in the course of a protest. Rights and responsibilities are not enemies. Responsibility protects the conditions in which everyone's right can be enjoyed. The right to protest carries a responsibility to remain peaceful and unarmed.